name's Lorraine Rogers. I live at Palm Beach on the Gold Coast, and you can find me at www.sidewalk-gallery.com.au. I know a lot of you want to paint watercolour, but you're having trouble starting, so this is a series of filming we've done to help you in that journey, and I'm going to share with you everything I know about watercolour. So to start with, don't go to the cheap shops and buy cheap paints and brushes or paper, because you'll never have any success on those sort of things. So you need a sheet of good quality 300 GSM watercolour paper, which you'll get from your local art supply, and you need some brushes. I just use inexpensive Taklon brushes. You can get your expensive squirrel hair and things like that, but Taklon does a really great job. It's all I ever use, and I would suggest you start small. If you try and tackle a big full sheet watercolour, you're going to get into a lot of trouble, and if you've tried that in the past, it's no wonder you had trouble. So for a smaller sheet, say an eighth of a sheet of this paper, so cut it into 4 and then in half again, you would need a 3/4 inch Taklon brush, but you'll notice that this brush actually has longer bristles. Your average brush has sort of fairly short bristles. This has got long bristles, so that's the one you need to look for, and it's not always readily available, so search around and don't settle for anything less. This is only a 1/8 of an inch brush. I find it really good for smaller detail and foliage and things like that. Then you'll need a liner brush. This is a size 1 liner. This is a 0. Either one of those would be fine, and you'll need that for doing fine detail, branches on trees and that sort of thing. You'll need a palette. Doesn't really matter what sort of palette, but you need these mixing areas. This is an inexpensive palette, 8 mixing areas, and you'll need those 8 mixing areas. You need a big tub of water, not a little jar, big tub of water, and a towel next to you, and of course a board to rest your paintings on. I always have my board sloped. And I use Dale Rowney paints, mainly because they come in a big tube, which is less expensive. These tubes, for instance, are between $14 and $15, and I find the Dale Rowney to be very translucent and great luminous colour. But you can go for Art Spectrum or Winsor & Newton. Just try to avoid your student grade watercolours, or, as I said before, the watercolours from the cheap shop, because you'll never be able to achieve a good result with that kind of product. So, ready to start.